Every time a cop kills or brutalizes a black person and isn't convicted or even charged, we wonder, how did that cop get off? While we hope for a different outcome each time, true justice does not ride on a guilty verdict, nor is the value of black life determined by it. Cops go free because they're protected by our laws, our culture, our institutions, by the people who run them. We are constantly flooded with stories of cops that make us think they can do no wrong. So, when they do, people have a hard time believing it. Or they think, oh, maybe it's just a bad apple. Hollywood and the media have consistently fed us lopsided views about police that some call copaganda. It's like a non-stop PR campaign for policing. For most of us, especially those who haven't actually interacted with the police much, TV, movies, and news really shape our views on policing. In the early 1900s, for example, Hollywood painted cops as silly, incompetent in comedy skits like the Keystone Cops. It was then that the International Association of Chiefs of Police called Hollywood out for that behavior. And soon, cops became advisors to Hollywood producers, helping them shape stories about police, usually putting themselves in a positive light. This has continued ever since. Cops from the Los Angeles Police Department provided stories for the first ever TV cop show, Dragnet, and that aired in 1951. The final scripts had to be approved by the police department. Dragnet lasted for years, paved the way for many other police shows. We've seen cops who are good community guys, good dads, moms, cops who were cool. These characters are most often the hero, and they decide what's right and what's wrong. When these characters shoot someone, or even when they break the law to catch the bad guy, it all somehow ends up being in the name of justice. We like them. We trust them. We don't question their actions. As police presence in black and brown communities increased dramatically in the 90s, reality cop shows were born, taking viewers on patrol, so-called ride-alongs. Cops in these shows are shown as heroes, and viewers never really see the brutality or misconduct they involve themselves in. Hollywood has become obsessed with feeding us cop shows that shape our perceptions. The reality show Cops, for example, lasted 32 seasons, while Law & Order has had 5 spin-offs that you can watch over and over again on multiple networks. CBS's 2021 and 22 season, for example, includes 10 cop shows. Of course, copaganda is not limited to just TV. It exists very strongly in movies as well, and the media also tells the news in certain ways to protect the images of cops. Stories about killings by police or brutality of any kind always start with the police department side of it. They report on themselves. The police union will usually come to the officer's defense, and within days, the police and the media usually tell some negative story about the victim or that it was their fault and give the officer's side of the story as to why that action was necessary. Happens every time. The stories we are fed make us believe cops can simply do no wrong, so when they do, they're likely to get off. Cops get off because our systems allow it. For our communities to thrive, we must redefine what safety means. We must work together to reimagine a world where we are all free and safe. Join us.